Welcome back to my channel. I'm Abby Mills and today's yoga class is yoga for a hiatal hernia. So if you are suffering at the moment, do avoid things like inversions, and that even includes things like forward folds. By all means, continue to work with the strength aspect of your practice, but just avoid using the stomach muscles excessively. Okay, so wear something comfortable, make sure you have enough room to stretch out, and we can begin. We're going to start today's class from a seated position. Now, if you find this uncomfortable on the floor like this, you can actually do the next couple of postures from your chair or even your sofa. Just make sure that you're able to lengthen the spine. And if you've chosen to come down onto the floor like myself, you may even want to use a bit of additional support underneath your tailbone there. Okay, so get yourself comfortable and we can begin. And we're going to start with a breathing exercise to help strengthen the diaphragm. So just coming into a regular breathing pattern, just letting go of any tension you might be holding on to. Relax the facial muscles, the shoulders, and placing the hands onto the knees, lengthening the arms. As you breathe in, just lift the shoulders up. As you breathe out, just rolling the arms back and down. Okay, so we're going to start to direct the breath into the stomach. So placing your hands just below your belly button. As you inhale, you're going to expand the stomach, just relaxing the muscles. As you exhale, drawing the stomach in towards the spine, but keeping the length in the spine and the shoulders relaxed. So when you're ready, place the hands below your belly button. Breathe in, expanding the stomach. And as you exhale, gently drawing the stomach in towards the spine. And again, inhale, expand, softening the stomach muscles. And then as you exhale, drawing in. One more time, inhale, expand. And exhale, drawing the stomach in. And then you can just release for a moment. Okay, so if you found that pattern quite tricky, maybe just relax for a moment and come back to it at another time. So now taking the breath to the lower part of the ribs. So you can use your hands once again. This time as we breathe in, fully expanding the ribs, you're going to notice a pause and then fully releasing. Keep the breath controlled and steady. If it makes you feel dizzy or uncomfortable, just release from the practice and maybe try again at a later stage. So placing the hands on the ribs, breathe in. Really feeling the rib cage expanding underneath the hands. Notice that pause and then exhale, slowly release. So there's no rush. And again, inhale, expand. And exhale, release. One last time, inhale. Notice that pause. And then exhale, fully releasing. Okay, so let's get some movement into the body now. Taking the hands together, interlocking your fingers and pushing the hands away. So keeping the wrists in line with the elbows in line with the shoulders, the back straight. As you breathe in, reaching up with the arms, stretching out the side of the trunk. And then as you exhale, coming back to that center point. Now feeling that nice movement now across the shoulders. And again, inhale, extend, reach up. Taking the stretch to the front of the body. And then as you exhale, just releasing the hands and allow the arms to float down towards the mat. Keeping your left hand where it is, turning your right palm up, inhale, reach up. Taking the gaze towards the palm. And now taking the stretch down the side of the waist, in between the ribs, your intercostal muscles. And then exhale, release. Coming over onto the other side, reaching up with the left arm. Breathing into that space you've created, and exhale, release. All the way down. Okay, let's take our practice onto all fours. So from here, you just want to check your alignment. So keeping the wrists underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers and your knees are hip distance apart. Working with cat-cow now. So keeping your gaze forwards, breathe in. Relaxing the stomach muscles, just allow the tailbone to push out. And then as you exhale, tucking your chin, arching your spine and drawing your belly in and up. And again, inhale, look forwards, softening the tummy. Keeping the arms straight. And exhale, tucking under. Really lifting the spine up. And then gently making your way back to a flat back position. So working here with our balance now. So you're going to extend your left leg. Looking forwards. Pointing your toes. And then just placing the side of the foot down. And the alignment here is keeping the feet in line and the feet in line with the knee. And then you're going to slowly reach up with your left arm. See if you can stack the shoulders and the hips. Looking up towards the palm. Holding for a few breaths. And then exhale, release. Bringing the hand back down, followed by the knee. As we come over onto the other side. So extending your right leg. Looking forwards. And then just placing the side of the foot down. Go nice and slow here. If you feel a little wobbly, just take your time. And then looking up towards the palm. Holding just for a few breaths. And then exhale, release. Placing the hand back down and making your way onto all fours. Okay, from our all fours position, we're going to ease our way into child's pose. So just dropping your hips down towards your heels and extending the arms out in front as you allow the head to sink between the shoulders. If this position is not comfortable for you, you can come onto the forearms. And if this feels uncomfortable on your knees, you can just use a rolled up blanket behind the back of the thighs there. Okay, so just relaxing for a few breaths. And then easing your way up. And we're going to come into a standing position. Okay, so making sure once you're in your standing position, you have plenty of space behind you. So we're going to come into Warrior One, but a modified version. So we're going to lead with the right foot, step back with your left foot. And if you look down at your feet, you want your heels in line and that back foot turned in, keeping the back leg straight and bending your right knee. So with today's class, I want you to lift up your back heel as you soften the tummy muscles, and you can just use your thumbs around the pelvis here just to encourage the pelvis to tilt down. As you start to introduce now a stretch across the stomach all the way up towards the chest. And you can just breathe into this position, keeping the hands around the waist. And gently squeezing the shoulder blades together here. Okay, exhale, release. Stepping forwards, and we're going to step back with the right leg. Okay, so just checking your alignment here. The heels are in line. That back leg is straight. And this time your left thigh is working. So taking the hands back around the waist, just gently encouraging the pelvis to tilt down, stretching out the stomach all the way up towards the chest. Keeping that back heel lifted. Holding for a few breaths. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Start to take the shoulder blades together for a deeper stretch. And you can release, coming back into your standing position. Okay, so from here, I want you to take your feet hip distance apart, and really push down into the ground with the feet. So you're using the heels and the pads equally across the feet. Take the hands behind the back, interlocking your fingers, rolling the shoulders up and then down. And I want you to push the hands down as you begin to lift your chest up. And going slowly here, if it feels uncomfortable, just release a little. And if it feels okay on the neck here, you can start to look up towards the ceiling, deepening the stretch. Really feeling the stretch now underneath the ribs at the front and down towards your belly button. As you exhale, easing your way up, release the hands, and we're going to make our way down, back onto the mat. Okay, so just taking the soles of the feet together and taking the hands around the toes. We're just working a little with the hips, keeping the length in the spine and gently bouncing your knees. Just working with those hips. Okay, and now you can just bring your feet slightly further in front. Take the thumbs just in between the feet. See if you can open the feet up, exposing the soles. Just taking that stretch a little deeper. And now really encouraging the length of the spine, lifting your chest. And take a deep breath here, keeping that connection with the breath and the body. Okay, bringing your knees together, we're going to just come towards the end of our practice now. And you're going to make your way down onto your mat. So easing your way down nice and slow, curving the spine. Okay, and placing your feet hip distance apart. This is our last one for today as we come into bridge. Now the placements of the feet are about hip distance. And you're going to push your hips up. Nice and slow. Start to work the shoulder blades together. And taking the hands together once again. So interlocking the fingers. And working with as much height as feels comfortable here. Take a few deep breaths. And then easing your way down as we prepare for relaxation. Okay, so make sure you are comfortable in your relaxation, and if you need to even grab a pillow just for that additional support underneath your head. In fact, I will do so. Just making sure that you're able just to relax the mind and body for the last couple of minutes of your practice. And you can bend your knees if that feels a little more comfortable on the spine. And just as you breathe in, just allow the tummy to rise once again. And as you exhale, just drawing the belly down towards the spine and the spine down towards the mat. And really just absorbing all the benefits of your practice today. And you can spend as long as you need in your relaxation. And I'm going to roll up and say goodbye. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back next week. Have a wonderful day.